5 o'clock. Great to have you with us on a Monday. Let me give you your rewind menu. You can do what you like if you're not interested in what we're about to do. Started the show. It just felt like a bottom of the chili pot broadcast moment. Tony Romo and others. We got into a little Tarek Skubal. We also got into Hutch's comments on TV. And it led us into a little bit of a Ben Johnson thing, but more of that as the week goes along. We wanted to have some fun with you guys because it's a Can We Say That Monday. I wanted to ask this question. What was the biggest thing you learned, or what was the biggest thing you felt Wild Card Weekend taught you? Your team's out. We all watched the games, albeit on 17 different platforms. We all watched the games. So I wanted to ask the biggest thing you took out of this weekend, or can we say that, or what did it teach you? And I led the show with something that I know Rico agrees with, but we'll have some fun from it. I have plenty more besides this. It's that injuries are not a Band-Aid for failure. As long as you don't lose your quarterback. The Chargers have a ton of injuries, have the worst offensive line in football. They have elite coaching. Yes, that includes me saying something nice about Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is an elite NFL coach. Greg Roman is a really good OC. And Lord knows Jesse Minter is going to be a head coach. That's elite coaching. They got it. The San Francisco 49ers, all jokes aside about practicing next to a power plant, the injuries, I can't even begin to list them. They not only made the playoffs, they were in a game for the 1 seed. And they went to Philly. And before you say Philly's bad, they stuffed you in a locker and they beat them. The talk about injuries as this be-all, end-all justification for the Lions' failures, no way, Jose. No way. That's the biggest takeaway I had. Outside of Tony Romo was either hammered or off his meds.
Oh, I thought it was the number 2 thing you had on the show sheet.
Rico's the devil, to which you responded, really? Question mark? I'll give you another one. Here, I don't care.
No, I was about to say, for me, the thing that I took away this weekend was that the Bears are for real. I know a lot of people all season long kept telling me every week I would do the show with cookies, the pregame, and they're fake, they're frauds, they're fake, they're frauds, they're frauds, they're fake. And I'm like, guys, this team's only going to keep getting better. Now, will they keep winning all of these games in the last minute? No, it's going to eventually catch up to them, but it's teaching this team confidence that they know. And they can, you know what? We've been here before. We don't panic. We'll just make the right plays. They are a couple of players away from really being a force.
Well,
I know people here don't want to hear that.
They also have a quarterback that, while he isn't a finished product, his ceiling is so much higher than Jared Goff's. Caleb Williams' ceiling is Josh Allen. Yeah. Now, will he reach it? Well, who knows? That's $1 billion question.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at them like Colston Loveland. I mean, he's going to be a tight end
Luther Burden, stud. Loveland, stud.
Roma Dunze played half a year.
Monungai's a stud. The O-line is better. This Tripulo kid they drafted, who, by the way, got hurt, and they were on their 17th tackle, he looks like a really good player. Defensively, they need help. Well, guess what? They're going to do the same thing you're doing. They need an edge rusher. It'll reshape how that whole thing looks. Here's a stat, though, by the way. You mentioned the Bear thing. When the Bears are down 10 or more with 5 minutes to go in a game, they're 3-3. The rest of the NFL this season, down 10 with 5 minutes to go, 3 wins and 158 losses. So I understand a level of that. But what you saw from Caleb, the way they beat the Pack, twice now.
Yeah.
Caleb is making elite, like unicorn throws. Is he perfect? No. But if you don't recognize he's getting better in the aggregate, you better hope him and Ben Johnson don't get any better. Because if they do, they're going to be a nightmare to deal with.
You better hope that they don't, or they make that Micah Parsons type trade where you're like, oh my goodness, I didn't see this guy getting added to that team.
Well, that's coming next. Because unlike you, Chicago, if they sniff a winner, they have no choice but to go all in. That's all the town will accept.
Yeah,
So
they were good.
That's next. But what was the biggest thing you took out of Wild Card Weekend? Now, I'll give you another one. I mean, the obvious. Philly's dead. They're going to blow that thing up, and you go, how can you say that? They won the Super Bowl last year. Because it's Philadelphia. They don't play.
Now, they looked like the Philadelphia from 2 years ago where all the talent was there, never put it together. When you look at Philly, Mike, wild card, losing Super Bowl, losing wild card, win Super Bowl, losing wild card.
Well, here's the other thing.
That's their past 5 seasons.
The other thing, this Kevin Patullo is a simplistic moron. I mean, on the last play of the game, you come out with your season on the line on 4th and 11 in a standard 2x2 formation and run 4 verts. Yeah. Huh? In the moment I need your best play, your break glass in case of emergency play, and it's teenager playing Madden, 2x2, 4 verts. What? Whoever they hire as an OC, because there's no way Patullo's back, Rico, it has to be about fixing. Jalen Hurts looked so off this year.
Well, I know a lot of Lions fans be like, oh, Mike McDonald. That's another one that I could easily see Philly just throwing him in the bag and saying, hey, man, come fix us.
If he doesn't get a head coaching job, 1,000%. 1,000%.
But, yeah, that play call was and you
it's
threw
all
it to
their
the tight
play
end.
calls.
It was like he was triple covered. Like, it would have taken a perfect throw, and I don't even think it was going to get through. It was like, wait, that's that. Oh, I'm just checking to see if it was no flags. Like, okay, well, ball game.
That was a stunning result. It really was.
The only thing worse than that was the final play for the Packers. Like, that's what your season on the line. And
well, the problem for the Packers resided in usage of timeout after a timeout. And also Jaden Reed dropping a ball that would have saved. I mean, again, that was
saved about 15 seconds,
and it was 35 yards. Look, they lost that game by being down with a minute to go. You cannot have a win expectancy of 97.6% and lose that game. Would it kill? I understand no Micah Parsons, but I'm not here for it. I don't want to hear how Micah Parsons cost them that game. No, get one effing stop. For the love of all that's holy. Like, you're in the NFL, do better. I'm embarrassed they're DC. I'm embarrassed for Jeff Hafley. If I have to hear how sweet he is, only guy who had a worse weekend was my cousin down in Jacksonville, Campanelli. I do not claim him as Italian. Disgraceful.
So he's like Costa.
Fake Italian.
Okay.
Can't win with a fake Italian DC. Can't do it.
Here's the only good thing is when the Bears are down, just go ahead and bet them on the money line.
I had Packers -2, so you can go to hell. All right.
Hey, they were down 21-6.
I'm stupid. I'm stupid, not you. I should have.
I'm going to take a chance on this.
I should have. You're right. I'm wrong. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. David, ticket text.
I'm going to give you the thing that I learned this weekend. And what I learned is that.
Now, he's learned that a long time ago.
Wow. What I learned, you know what? Kenny, what did you learn? No, seriously. Here's what I learned is that the Detroit Lions have moved to Chicago. Ben Johnson, the offense, and the attitude has moved south. It is no longer living in Detroit, does not reside, doesn't have an address in Michigan anymore. It is there.
Ben Johnson feels like what Dan Campbell was.
Correct.
And you guys can hate it. You can be in your feelings. And I know you'll try to tap dance on his grave when they lose. But that's year 1 in Chicago. Year 1. He won a playoff game. You haven't won one in 2 years now.
And Detroiters are excited about, but we swept Ben Johnson. And they're looking at you like, you fools, we got a playoff game next week. Like, okay, congratulations, good for you.
Oh, yeah, by the way, shout out Philly for looking like they tanked to get that 3 seed. Yeah.
See, if there's any, now, as convinced as I am that Matt LaFleur should be fired, I could say it with a straight face and you'd go, wait, you couldn't possibly. It just shows you the difference in marketplace. I'd fire Nick Sirianni. What does Nick Sirianni do? Think about this. Outside of being faux tough guy, does he run the offense? No. Does he run the defense? No. And look at the culture they've got there, where chaos is the currency. I could totally justify getting rid of him because you know who I'd call? John Harbaugh.
Yeah, I think that's the answer to pretty much everything.
No, but if I'm Jeffrey Lurie, here's $25 million a year. I know you want your own GM. That's the only holdup. You're going to work with Howie Roseman, and you're going to take over this monolith. But see, that's the East Coaster in me. I don't have any sacred cows.
I just laugh because
everybody.
They could have had a chance to be the 2 seed and said, no,
I know.
we want the 3 seed because it's going to be an easier path. All right, good luck
So
with that.
give us your biggest takeaway. And if this is more of a text communication topic, Kenny, feel free. 248-539-9797. Your biggest wild card weekend takeaway. David saying the Lions have moved to Chicago because of Ben Johnson's F the Packer attitude. Me and Rico definitely are simpatico as far as, look, you can continue to denigrate the Bears, but there's something happening there.
We need to stop their fraud talk.
But my big thing is stop going to bed and snuggling your injuries or the cure-all teddy bear. Stop it. This weekend showed it. Elite coaching outweighs injuries as long as it's not your quarterback. You lose your quarterback, I'll let you off the hook. Well, not San Francisco, though. Ooh, we're special. Guy dies for 6 weeks and they're still in the playoffs.
Mac Jones.
Yeah, well, you practice next to a power plant. And that's why all your players get hurt. How about that?